Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In light of the comments from my last colleague on the other side of the aisle, let me just say that I come here with a business background as well. And let me say, while I'm not a product of public housing, where I am today is because of public housing, because I was a young college graduate at 20 years old, unemployed. And someone told me to go over to the public housing because they needed a voice for young people who were housed there. And it was without a doubt the best job that I've ever had in my life. And to what our ranking member said in challenging or questioning, how many of my colleagues on the other side have ever been in a public housing? And I don't mean on a bus and riding by and someone pointing to here are the public housing. I then went on to have a consulting company where I had the opportunities to be a consultant for HUD, again giving me a different understanding. So today when I hear my colleagues quote and Mr. Chairman spout out that people have been in public housing, and the majority, I think the language was, has stayed on public housing all their lives. Well, let me just tell you, that's not true, and I don't know where his statistics came from, but looking at 5 different statistical analyses citing the average length of stay over the last decade, the largest number of years I could find was 7 years. But the average is really 4 years. Another one of my colleagues said that we're all for breaking the cycle. Well, that's the whole purpose of public housing, and the goal there, Mr. Chairman, is to move you to self-sufficiency and self-reliance. Then when I hear the word code for by my members, and I think that was your word, Mr. Chairman. Let me tell you for me, and I'm not going to speak for everyone over here, but the code words that I'm hearing is for discrimination. The code word that I'm hearing is for inequality in the injustices, because we didn't come here on a even playing field. So the code for many times people who are the low income, because while I hear that we're giving passes if you're a veteran, and I'm all for that, and we're giving a pass if you are disabled, I'm all for that. Oftentimes those who are low income are those who come from the inner cities and the rural areas. And so we didn't start with an even playing field, and we know that. We know that oftentimes when you look back to history, women, people of color, African Americans didn't come to the table on an equal playing field. But for someone providing housing, assistance, we wouldn't be able to get to that American dream that we all come here and talk about. So we can talk about the business side, because I support a lot of things for businesses, because we have to remember there are small businesses, there are women in businesses, there are minorities in businesses. And so I hope when we talk about we, I will get the same type of excitement for us caring about business and what we can do. Mr. Chairman, I yield back my time.